You're funding Adam's company again. My voice cracked as I stared across the dining table at my father. Dad, his last 2 ventures burned through tens of thousands of your money. I'm pitching you an actual plan, something viable, and you won't even consider it. My father, Omar Hassan, didn't blink. He folded his napkin, leaning back in his chair as if I hadn't just poured weeks of effort into the proposal sitting in front of him. Lee, I admire your enthusiasm, but business is a man's responsibility. Adam needs this to establish himself. You have a stable job? You should focus on that. The words hurt more than I wanted to admit. Adam was barely listening, eyes glued to his phone, unfazed by my father's dismissiveness. He'd heard it all before, always directed at me. My name is Lee Hassan. I'm 30 years old. For as long as I can remember, I've wanted to start a business. I've always been the ambitious one, the planner, the one staying up late, researching ideas, waking up with new ones buzzing in my head. It wasn't just a dream. It was my calling. Growing up, I admired my father building a logistics company from the ground up. His work ethic and grit were legendary in our household. I wanted to follow in his footsteps, but he never saw me as a successor. Adam was his chosen heir, even though he lacked the drive. Adam had failed at multiple ventures, a failed app, a brief attempt at a marketing firm. Each time, my father bailed him out, chalking it up to part of the journey. Adam just needs to find his footing, he'd say. But with me, there were no do-overs. My business ideas were dismissed as impractical. You're better off staying in your job. It's secure and you're good at it. He was right, I was good at it. I'd worked up to a mid-level role in finance, but I craved something of my own. And now, facing my father, I knew he'd never see that in me. Dad, this is a mistake, I said, trying to steady my voice. You're giving Adam another shot when he isn't ready. I've spent months on this plan. It's low risk and scalable. You could see returns within a year. He shook his head. Lee, it's not about risk. It's about opportunity. Adam needs this, and I don't. I snapped. Why does he deserve a chance? And I don't, because I'm not enough. His voice cut sharp. This discussion is over. I stood, chest tight, hands trembling, and left the table without another word. That night, in my tiny apartment, I stared at the proposal I'd perfected. This wasn't just a document, it was a part of me. I'd envisioned a boutique consultancy offering financial planning and strategic support for small businesses. I had a niche, projections, a marketing plan, and my father hadn't even looked at it. I wanted to cry. Instead, I opened my laptop. If he wouldn't back me, I'd find a way. I had my skills, my savings, and my determination. It wasn't much, but it was a beginning. The next morning, I called Yasmin, my best friend and biggest supporter. I'm doing it, I told her, voice shaky but firm. I'm starting the business. Yes, she cheered, her excitement lifting my spirits. You're going to crush this, Lee. I don't know about crushing it. I laughed, but I'm going to try. I just can't let him win. This isn't about proving him wrong, she said. It's about proving yourself right. Her words stayed with me. I didn't need my father's approval. I just needed to believe in myself. Starting was harder than I expected. Most of my savings went toward registration fees, a basic website, and a cheap laptop. My dining table turned into my office. Every spare minute went into building. Clients were tough to find. I cold emailed, scoured forums, handed out flyers. Most responses were polite but dismissive. Some nights, I almost believed my father was right. Lee, stop beating yourself up, Yasmin told me during a late-night brainstorm. You're planting seeds. They'll grow. She became my unofficial partner, designing my logo, refining my site, and making my business look real. I don't know what I'd do without you, I said. You'd figure it out, but lucky for you, you don't have to. With her help, I focused on local businesses, cafes, boutiques, and offered free consultations. Slowly, things shifted. One client led to another. A small, steady stream formed, but my family's doubt lingered. How's your little project? My mother would ask, her voice kind but dismissive. It's a business, Mama, and it's going well. Good, good. You know, your father is busy with Adam's company. Maybe you should ask Adam for advice. The thought made me sick. His startup, despite Dad's funding, was floundering. I still had industry contacts. I heard the whispers. One day, I saw Adam at a cafe, frustration etched across his face. Hey, I said, how's it going? He looked up, startled. Lee, didn't expect to see you. I live nearby. How's the company? He hesitated. It's fine. Just ... complicated, right? I said. I didn't press ... back home. I threw myself into refining my business. I tracked everything, adjusted strategies, tightened budgets. Each small win meant everything. Covering rent, getting referrals, signing a new client. Months in, I landed a contract with a local bakery chain. Yasmin and I celebrated with soda cans. This is your breakthrough, she said. It's a start, I replied, pride swelling inside me. Setbacks still. Came ghosted clients, sudden cancellations, but I stayed the course. I'm not doing this to prove my father wrong, I told Yasmin one night. I'm doing it because I believe in it. Exactly, she said. That's why you'll make it. The turning point came fast. That bakery chain recommended me, and soon, inquiries poured in. I moved into a downtown co-working space and hired Yasmin part-time. Meanwhile, Adam's startup imploded. Word spread. Investors pulled out. My mother called, voice shaking. Leah, come for dinner? Your father wants to talk. I hesitated, but I needed to face him. At dinner, the air was thick. My father looked worn. Adam stared at his phone. I've heard about your business, my father said. You've built something impressive? I froze. Thank you. It hasn't been easy. He looked at Adam, then back at me. I thought I was helping him, but I see now I underestimated you. I was wrong. You've proven that. Adam finally looked up. This isn't about her. My company didn't fail because of me. Enough? Adam, Dad said. You weren't ready. Layla was... He turned to me. I'm proud of you. I should have said it sooner. I'd imagined this moment, but instead of triumph, I felt peace. Thank you, Dad. I didn't do this to prove you wrong. I did it because I knew I could. I hope now you see that. I do Weeks passed. My father asked real questions about my business, even offered contacts. I declined, not ready to mix family and work again. But his support meant something. One day, he visited my office. "You've built something remarkable," he said. "Thank you, Dad. That means a lot." But the biggest shift was inside me. I no longer needed his validation. I'd found confidence in the risks I took, the lessons I learned. 6 months later, my company had grown. 2 part-timers joined. Yasmin was now creative director. A regional magazine even featured us. When the article came out, I mailed it to my parents. My mother called right away. "Lee, this is incredible. Your father framed it for his office." At family dinners, my father asked thoughtful questions. Adam, too, seemed different. One night, he said, "Lee, you're doing something amazing. I'm proud of you." "Thanks, Adam," I replied. He grinned. "Just don't be surprised if I steal one of your ideas. Only if you pay consulting fees." I joked, "More than just a business." This journey taught me to trust myself. I wasn't chasing approval anymore. I defined my success, and I was finally living on my own terms.